Hello, it is Monday the 9th of November and it is a new weekly reading vlog. I have mulled wine again because that's my new thing, and I have some reading updates. So yesterday I started the ebook for Moonchild, Voyage of the Lost and Found by Aisha Bushby. I'm 14% through and I'm intrigued. Nothing's really happened yet, so I don't really have any opinions yet. But today I have read another 50-ish pages of this, so we're gonna actually get back into our buddy read. We had a bit of an off week last week, but I really like Kelsier. He's devious and he's ruthless and I absolutely love it. And I also like Breeze. Breeze is pretty cool. So that's my updates for that. I would have read a bit more of this, but my friend Ellen sent me this fanfiction, which is Mandalorian smut, and did not know that was a thing that I needed in my life, but apparently she's just awakened that, and then she sent me another one, so I've been reading that instead, which is not productive to my TBR. I blame her partly for me reading more fanfiction than books recently, because she sends me them. But yeah, so I'm gonna now continue reading Moonchild whilst drinking my mulled wine. It's still fairly early-ish, like I don't think it isn't 9 yet. It's just gone 9. So yeah, that's literally all that's happened today. Work was weird. It was busy, but it was quiet, and I don't like it because it's literally the calm before the storm and I'm worried. It's that that gif where it's like, hey, I'm in danger. That's me right now. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna read some more of Moonchild. Hello, it is Wednesday the 11th of November. I did not vlog yesterday. I did read a little bit, but I just wasn't there enough to turn the camera on. But updates. So I've been reading Moonchild. I am currently 56% through. I will be reading more tonight because Jade at JD Ray Reads is about to do a Patreon live reading, so I'm going to be reading some of that. But I have made pretty good progress on the Final Empire. That's how much we've read now. We are on page 232, and I've got to say, I am loving Kel. Kel's brilliant. I think I said it the other day, but he's devious and ruthless and I love it. And Vin is very much growing on me. I love her stubbornness. That is brilliant. I relate to that. So yeah, it's very interesting. Yesterday's pages I was so grateful for. So yesterday's pages were pretty info dumpy. Now usually I don't like info dump, but I've been so confused about the magic, like the magic abilities with metals and everything in this. So yesterday's pages being very info dumpy was perfect because I understand the different metal magic now. Well, not perfectly, but I understand it enough to understand the story a bit more. So I'm really glad that there was some info dumping because it was really good. But I liked how it was done because it was the way it was done. This isn't really a spoiler, but it was done because one character was basically training another character who needs to learn how to use the metal abilities. So it was very well done with the info dump. It wasn't just a, here is the metals, here is what they are. It was really well done. I really enjoyed it. So there was that. And then today's pages, characters just come into it who I am intrigued to see more of. I literally have no opinions yet, but they come into it and they're avoiding a party by reading a book. Like, yes. So yeah, that was my update for that. As I said, Jade at JD Rereads is going to be doing a Patreon live reading. So I have snacks. So I have some biscuits and I have some mulled wine. And not to bring out the Christmas, but to bring out the Christmas, we are doing our Christmas decorations this weekend and I'm so excited. Like, I am very excited because we usually do our decorations the last weekend of November or the first weekend of December. Well, it used to be the first weekend of December, and then we started doing it the last weekend of November, and then last year we did it 2 weekends before the end of November because my friend was coming for our like Christmas, and it was quite early and we wanted to have the Christmas decorations up, so we did them a little bit earlier. This year we're doing them on the second weekend of November. I've managed to like get my dad to get the decorations down from the loft. I do not know what's happening with the decorations in my bedroom, because usually my Christmas tree would go on my bedside table, but my bedside table is now where my like month's TBR goes. But in December I am not actually going to be having a specific TBR. There are some books that I am specifically going to be reading, but I'm not going to have a full TBR that's going to be like 21 books like this month. So yeah, I am gonna stop babbling. I will give you another update before I go to bed tonight on how I've got on with this. I would like to finish this tonight, and it is a middle grade and I am 56% through, so hopefully this live reading will help me get a fair bit. Let's make sure this is charged. I hope it is. Yeah, it's charged. So yeah, so it is like 10:30. I am so tired. The live reading has just finished. I'm just shutting down my laptop now, but during that I finished Moonchild. So I was actually 58% through, not 56, but I finished that. 4 stars. I thought it was so beautifully written, and I really loved the little stories that were in it as well, which fit in with the actual main story, and the ending almost made me cry. I'm shocked it didn't make me cry, but it almost did. And then, because I still had time, I started 13 Treasures by Michelle Harrison. So I've read the first 32 pages. I think I'm really gonna like this. And I am excited to see where it goes, because I didn't actually realise this. So I have literally gone into this knowing nothing about it apart from the fact it's written by Michelle Harrison, who I love her other series like Pinch of Magic. So I literally just bought this because it was her book, and I haven't actually read the blurb of it, and just looked. It says Tanya has a secret. She can see fairies. And this is really cool because I'm used to reading fairy books as in like Sarah J Maas fairy, but these seem to be like actual like little like pixies and fairies, like the sort of fairies that you read about when you're a kid, not the ones that you read about when you're an adult. So I'm excited to read this because I haven't read a book like this in absolute years. So I'm excited to see where that goes. But I am actually going to go to bed now because I am so tired. I don't know how I stayed awake for that last like little section of reading, and it's probably why I only got like 33 pages read, or 32 pages. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night and continue with that tomorrow. It is Thursday the 12th of November and I'm really tired. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through today's pages of The Final Empire. Gonna give it a go though. Getting ready to set up my forest app, and hopefully, you know, get some reading done. I got some really exciting news this morning. I got approved for the e-arc of The Mask Falling by Samantha Shannon. I'm so excited. I did not think I would get approved for it. I just sort of requested it on NetGalley on the off chance, which is what I did with Addie LaRue, and I got approved for that as well. So I've been fairly lucky with books this year on NetGalley, which I don't know why, because my feedback rating is so bad. But The Mask Fallen is one that I'm going to get to very quickly. So I have been saving the Dawn Chorus because obviously The Mask Fallen isn't coming out until the end of January. I was thinking, right, I'm going to save the Dawn Chorus, which is the novella which takes place directly after The Song Rising and before The Mask Falling. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna save the Dawn Chorus and read it like a few weeks before The Mask Falling comes out, so that it's all fresh in my mind. And then this morning when I got approved, I kind of read the Dawn Chorus in like one sitting, essentially. I read it on my lunch break from work. So yeah, I've read that. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was so good. Like, obviously it's a novella, so it didn't really have a plot or anything, but there's like 2 different sides of it. Obviously I'm not going to give spoilers, but there's 2 different sides. So from one point, it's the current time after, you know, the events of The Song Rising, and then there's also like flashbacks to during the bone season, which is really interesting because obviously it's things that I don't think would have fit actually in the bone season book, but it's nice being able to look back and have those things now, like know that those conversations happened and things like that. So it was a really nice like snippet into the characters, but it was also heartbreaking because if you've read The Song Rising, you will know exactly why. But I really like how Samantha Shannon has written it. It's so well done. It deals with trauma, and I think she's dealt with it really well. I mean, obviously I have never been through what the main character goes through, but I like how it's not like, oh, we've had a conversation, I'm cured of my trauma. It's not a quick process. So yeah, I thought it was a really good novella, and it's made me even more excited to start The Mask Falling, which it's not on my TBR for this month. But is that going to stop me from dropping my TBR? No. My plan is that, because obviously The Final Empire is a buddy read, so not counting that, but I am going to finish 13 Treasures, and then once I finish 13 Treasures I am going to pause my actual TBR to read the Mask Falling. Although I'm going to hate myself. I know I'm going to hate myself if I do that. I feel like I should just get through my main TBR, even if I only get through my Believeathon TBR and then read Mask Falling. But I don't know. Do you know what? I don't know yet, but I will be definitely reading it within the next 4 weeks, because even if I don't read it in November, I'll be making it my first read of December. So we'll see if I have the self-control to not read it once I finish this. I don't think I'm going to get any of this read tonight, just because I've got like 60-ish pages of The Final Empire to read, and I am so tired. Like, it's only 8 PM, but my body thinks it's like 2 AM. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and actually get to do some reading, because I need to read this, and it's adult fantasy, so I need to try and actually focus, which is going to be fun when I'm tired, but we're going to give it a go. So it is gone 11 o'clock. I read the pages for The Final Empire and I read 50 pages of 13 Treasures. So I think that's a pretty productive day today. I'm going with it. And now I'm going to bed because I am hella tired. So I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Saturday, the 14th of November. I didn't speak to you yesterday, but you will see that I have done some beautiful shots of us doing the Christmas tree, the main Christmas tree. We usually end up with like 5 or 6 Christmas trees in our living room alone. So we always do the big one, the 6-foot one, which is our main one that the presents go under. We always do that on one evening, the evening that my dad takes the stuff down from the loft. And then throughout the rest of the weekend, we do the rest of the decorations. So I gave you like a little bit of a shot of what our main tree looks like, but I didn't actually speak to you yesterday. But I have just filmed the Do I Have That Trope tag, which was created by Robbie at And His Nose Stuck in a Book. And I didn't fall over. I did knock a couple of things over, but I did it. And I'm quite proud of it. I'm really proud of it. You'll see it on Wednesday. So it's not going to be up by the time this goes up. But it'll be up on Wednesday. So keep an eye out for that. But it was really fun to do, even though it's really hot in my room. Like I made a mistake having my hair half down. It's not even fully down. But it was fun. But I need to put all the books back now. But yeah, I thought I would come in. This is also going to be the last time now that there isn't a Christmas tree here, because I'm going to be doing the Christmas tree in my room as well. I'm excited. I'm also waiting for my fairy leap to arrive, so I'm hoping that arrives soon while my makeup still looks okay. But I'm gonna have to sort my hair out because it's too hot. Also, you may have noticed that the Christmas clothes have resurfaced, although you wouldn't have seen them all before. But basically I have like a whole box with a vacuum packed bag that goes in the loft with all of my Christmas dresses, Christmas jumpers and Christmas tops. So they are now out, and I'm very happy because up until now the only one I've had out is the one that I bought last month. So I'm happy. This is me at my happiest. Like, I'm hoping the decorations help with my mental health a bit because that's not been great. But yeah, I thought I would just come in and say hi. I'm really hungry. Oh, it's almost lunchtime, that's why. I'm also very shocked that I'm holding it together now because we got some really bad news this morning. We got some really bad news this morning from my sister about her dog. So yeah, so I'm trying to like cheer myself up because look, I'm getting teary just even thinking about it. So So yeah, I'm trying to cheer myself up with making videos, doing my makeup, wearing proper clothes, not thinking about that. So yeah, I am going to put these books away now and then go have some lunch, and then probably edit I think I'm going to edit what I've got so far of the vlog, and also edit my other video that I've just done so that they're done, and then all I've got to do is add today's footage or later on's footage to my vlog. So I think I'm going to do that now, so I will catch up with you later. Also, no reading updates for yesterday. I didn't read anything yesterday. I was supposed to read like the next 50-ish pages of The Final Empire, but I was working and then doing Christmas decorations, so no reading got done. But I am going to catch up with that today, so I'm going to read yesterday's pages and also today's pages, so I'll be reading like 100 pages of adult fantasy today. So I probably won't get any of this read, which is a shame, but my stomach just rumbled. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that because my stomach's making noises now. Okay, so it is a lot later. I thought I would just quickly come in to wrap this vlog up because it's quite late, and I'm actually going to be pretty productive and finish my vlog tonight because I have edited the whole vlog apart from this. Yes! So updates. We have almost finished Christmasifying the living room. I did get some reading done for The Final Empire. So Jade did another Patreon live reading, and it was like 2.5 hours, and obviously we stop and chat in between reading sprints, but I managed to get a solid amount of this read. So I never ended up reading my pages yesterday, so I read those 50 pages, and then because I don't think I'm going to get any reading done tomorrow, or very little reading done tomorrow, I also read the next lot of pages so that I don't fall behind and like Jazz and Kelly don't have to wait for me again. So I've done that. So I've had a pretty productive day. I've read like 100 pages of this and filmed like 2 videos, edited my vlog, and made Christmas throw up in my living room. So, and I used my Chain of Gold tea set for the first time. I got it from the Illumicrate box like back in March, April time, and I've been too scared to use it. But I finally just caved and I used it, so I've been drinking tea tonight. So yeah, I think this has been a pretty good vlog. I finished 3 books. So I only finished 2 books, one of those being a novella which was less than 100 pages, but I've also made very good progress on The Final Empire, and I have started another book as well, so it's still a successful week for me, so I'm very happy with that. But I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye.